Welcome to GREEDWATCH2018, the Kamen Rider 000 recap podcast. My name's Coriander Dickinson. I got with me Josh A. Kagan.
Hello, I'm the #1 travel blogger in all of Japan.
And Adam Wasserman.
I am the #2 travel blogger in Japan, and boy, am I angry at Josh.
What a delightful episode, you guys. What a joy. Here's a thing that I love more than anything else. When a piece of entertainment or a piece of fiction sets up something that's utter nonsense as just a steadfast fact, and then everybody just stays with it. The thesis statement in this episode, the most desirable thing anybody can be in all of Japan is the #1 travel blogger.
You get to go on like radio shows and TV.
You get to perform at the fucking Greek theater, which we will get to, because what is even happening? But it all starts with underpants, as most things do, as most mornings do, as most days do.
So what you really need is the UV light from the sun to cleanse and prepare your underpants for tomorrow.
Vitamin D.
Oh wait,
for your D area.
Oh no, it's all gone horribly wrong. Hey, the title of this episode is Traveler, Swallowtail, Butterfly, Celebrity, which I propose sounds like a lost lyric from It's the End of the World as We Know It. Traveler, Swallowtail, Butterfly, Celebrity, Birthday Party, Cheesecake, Jelly Bean, boom. We start with our man, our boy. He's drying his underwear on the sign of the couscousier.
And Hina's all like, what are you doing?
A reasonable question. A super reasonable question for somebody who's an employee of this business, just curious why the sign is being obscured with underpants.
To be fair, it doesn't appear that they're open at the moment. Also, to be fair, later in the episode, they are definitely open and he's still doing it. So
even if your door was closed and you were sleeping at night, Adam, would you want somebody hanging underpants on your doorknob?
Do they live in my house? Like, do I know them, or is it a rando?
They do not. They do not. It's just somebody passing through who's just like, this looks like a nice doorknob for underpants.
Because he at least lives there.
That's true.
Yeah, actually, it might just be the homeless man you let stay in your storage room.
Yeah, if it's the homeless guy who's living in my storage room, I'm going to have to, like, roll with the punches on that one.
That's true.
It's my fault for letting a homeless guy with only 2 pairs of underwear stay in my storage room.
And the broken shell of your brother, which is now filled with an alien.
He's not going to show up for at least 15 minutes. So I'm not worried about that guy.
But that's what he's bringing to the party. That's what your
true.
Homeless underwear hobo is bringing. It's like, hey, it's not just me and my 2 pairs of underwear. It's also the broken shell of your brother with an alien stuck inside of him.
So I get up in the morning. There's underpants drying on my bedroom doorknob, and when I go to the freezer to get like a delicious Eggo waffle, it's full of ice pops, and there's no room for my waffles anymore.
Just another day in the life of Adam.
Just another day in paradise.
The actual quote is, "The energy from the sun will help tomorrow's underwear," which I propose needs to be on a needlepoint sampler. I want that proudly hanging over my couch. That is what I want to see every day. And just like, yeah, it does. It does, you guys.
That'd be nice.
The underpants, which apparently UV rays, great for underpants. Wind, not so good for underpants.
Or somebody with an invisible fishing line.
Or, how dare you? It was movie magic. You take it back, Adam. It was movie magic.
I take it back.
The underpants flies away and lands on a brand spanking new character's face. Who is he?
Tsukuba? I want to say it's Tsukuba.
Scuba.
Are we just going to call him Scuba?
Scuba Man. Another homeless traveler that AG knows from Bangkok.
It's true.
Conveniently, the restaurant Couscousier is Thailand themed.
Works out great.
It would have been great if they were all just like dressed like people in the video from that chess song.
Bangkok, Oriental City, but the city don't know where the city is there. The creme de la creme of the chess world in a show with everything but Yul Brynner.
I shouldn't be surprised.
Are you surprised if I tell you I've got the working plans for a video game that is basically a dating sim where you play chess against people, but it is themed based upon that song?
That also doesn't surprise me.
None of this is surprising. Tune in every week for no surprises whatsoever. So we meet Sakuba. He's an old hobo buddy of our hobo friend, and we learn that he is a travel blogger. And if somebody were to tell me that, I think my reaction would be like, "Oh, okay." The owner of the Couscousier like freaks out. He's like, "Oh, I read all the travel blogs, even yours, even the
Yep.
minor ones."
Brutal.
He's all like, "Aw."
And that's a little breadcrumb trail leading. Who's gonna be our greed victim this week? It's our boy. It's our new character.
That's like Chekhov's yummy, basically, though.
If a travel blogger is called Minor in the first act, he will absorb the talent of other writers from a butterfly monster in Act 3.
Just like Chekhov wrote.
More like if you introduce a new character in the first act, they have to have created a yummy by the third act.
I guess any new character on this show is essentially yummy bait, except I have an exciting theory that will come later in the show.
Oh, okay.
Because I think a standard character is going to eventually become yummy bait, which I'm very excited about.
We've got some new vocabulary from our travel men. My pen rai means daijobu.
Yeah,
And
means don't even worry about it.
The translation we got on this was, it's okay, it'll work out. And I propose that unless it's much more interesting in Thai, this is not a very good motto to hang. I would not want this on a needlepoint sampler. It's not a great life theory. And everybody in the room is like, yeah, that's real great. Maybe it translates it more into Hakuna Matata.
It does.
I mean, I was gonna say like no worries is not effectively any better than that.
Yeah, but it's being sung by a fucking rat monkey and a pig. Like, nobody's listening to that and being like, yeah, I'm gonna live my life by this edict. Thanks,
Sumatran rat monkey, because that
monkey.
puts a whole different spin on that movie.
What was that little guy? Was he a lemur? What the fuck was he?
Mongoose.
He was a meerkat.
Meerkat. You're right.
Wait, are meerkats are rat monkeys, right?
No,
They live in holes in the ground.
and they pop up and they look cute.
Oh, but they are mammals. They are not primates. Why did
They're
I
like
think
groundhogs.
Fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Rats are also not primates.
No, I know they're
Richardson's
not.
ground
So with a
squirrel.
rat monkey, you figure they lean more towards the monkey than the rat then?
I think I was thinking of lemurs. I think I was thinking of something that sort of plays the waterfront between like monkey, but also small, furry, cute thing.
All right.
I went to theater school, everyone. Here's the good news. We're getting a Lion King reboot this year, so we can all learn about all the woodland creatures in it, or jungleland creatures, or plainland
And
creatures.
all of the celebrities are in it too, so we get to learn about them.
I love all the celebrities. They're my favorite celebrities. What's Sebulba doing here in wherever we are at the Couscousier? He's going to write a book. His traveling days are over. He's hanging up his bindle or whatever the fuck, and he's going to write a book, but he hasn't been in Japan so long, he doesn't even know where a publisher is. Luckily, all of our characters are possessed of this knowledge inherently for some fucking reason.
They're like, come on, let's go to the brand new publishing district.
Japan sure has changed.
Sure has changed. The publishing district's not where it used to be, that's for sure.
Oh man, this all used to be pachinko. Now it's just publishers.
Look at all these guys working on dictionaries. What a bunch of chumps.
Boo. And then we throw to Gamel, and he's looking underneath. Yeah. He's looking underneath a ride vendor, like just scrounging for medals because Mazul is feeling poorly.
And someone is like, "What you doing?" And he's like, "I'm looking for medals for Mazul." And someone is like, I don't want your dirty street medals. And he's like, "What? Mazul, it's you." Because Gamel's real dumb, guys.
Dumb as hell. He's dumb as hell.
It's like he got hit in the head with being hit in the head.
Even the other characters believe so. Like, Uva is working on a rooftop nearby. And he's like looking at him. He's like, wow, Gamel's dumb.
Missoula's like, you're such a good boy. And he was like, what a dumbass. Uva's right.
She's nice to him. I appreciate that. Again, I like seeing a little tenderness amongst the Greeds. It's nice to know.
I feel like it is only tenderness in the sense that she knows that it's going to get him to like do her bidding.
Sure.
Yes.
It's not sincere tenderness.
But she is right that they do need to get the core medals back from O's rather
that's
than
true.
just checking under
That's
the
true.
nearest ride vendor for
Yeah.
drop change.
Yeah.
For someone else.
I'm
It's
surprised
true.
he didn't like stick his finger in like the coin return slot and just be like, maybe there's one in there.
I feel like he started with that and then looked under.
But now Uva is he's standing above them and he's like, I've got an idea. I'll do the same fucking thing we've done for the last 10 episodes, which has been working pretty well for us in theory, except when Kamen Rider comes and messes it all up. But he's gonna find somebody and put a coin in his head somewhere.
Mm-hmm. And following the intro, we see that O's has collected 4 blues, 2 reds, 2 greens, and 4 yellows. So he is like rolling in it.
Wow, I guess that means that this series is going to be wrapping up pretty soon, right, guys? I mean, he's so close.
I believe so.
So close to having all the medals.
Oh, yeah.
Probably only 4 or 5 episodes left. Definitely not like 30 or whatever the fuck.
40.
Wait, 40? No!
Yeah, more or less.
No, there
Josh,
are
do you know
40
how many episodes this show is?
48. There are 48 episodes. I checked. We've done 11 so far.
Sorry, 37.
That's better. That's
You're right.
better.
That's substantially better.
Hey, it's great. We're doing
Josh, guess what?
great.
Josh, guess what? There's like 2 or 3 movies though.
Yeah, I'm not doing those. You go get guests. You get.
It's in your contract, Josh.
There's no contract, and B, Corey knows like 58 motherfuckers in Loading Ready Run who can each one of them better suited for this than I am. You're gonna be fine. Movies. I'm not watching. Are you kidding me? No. Get on. Go get in one of your very nice cabs with Wi-Fi.
What if I told you that in one of the movies, a circular segment of Japan gets flipped upside down?
Okay. Well,
The movies have a lot higher budget.
Yeah.
Is there ska
Think of all the slightly higher quality CGI you'd be missing out on.
Oh, okay. Are there ice pops?
Oh, yes.
Okay, great. So Uva's gonna go and he's gonna find somebody to put a coin in and put a nickel in his ass because he played himself. And we cut to Tsukuba wandering around the publishing district. Because, by the way, guys, I'm a professional writer, so I can tell you exactly how it works.
Ooh, inside baseball.
What you do is you walk into a publishing house and you just go, "Hey, what do you guys got for me? I'd like to write a book. How's that sound?" But they turned him down flat, even though his game was air fucking tight. They turned him down for a very minor reason, which is his writing's not very good.
It's not that his writing's not good. It's just that it's not as good as the best writer, which is kind of like if I like took my novel into a place and they're like, "Look, until you can write as well as Stephen King, we're not going to take your book."
Right. I feel like using this theory, there would be no books. Like there wouldn't be anything.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh no, there would be like 5 books from like the best books, and it would save us a lot of time.
But he's not. Our boy Tsukuba is not. He's not daunted by this to his friends, but we can tell by his face. Oh, this is very fun. This was actually very funny to me. They're like, "Oh, that sucks that you got turned down," and he said, "It's okay. There are mountains and journeys in life." And I found myself thinking, "Wow, you are a bad writer."
It's true.
Whereas Hina's like, "Oh, life's like a journey."
Never heard that before.
Boy, like it's almost as if like none of these people have ever heard anything. Like it's surprising that this guy, that Tsukuba, isn't doing better because it seems to be a town full of people who have never heard words put in order before.
My theory is they're humoring him, but my theory is also that he should have tried more than one publisher. Like maybe try a publisher that's not publishing like the best guy. Like
Adam,
maybe somewhere
he checked
that's like
everywhere in the district.
Did he? It sounds like he went one place.
It definitely looks like he went one place, but we don't know. We don't know what's in his heart. We don't know where he's been.
Meanwhile, outside of the Kugami building, Goto is stomping his way inside when he gets recognized by a suit.
Recognized and hassled.
Yeah, really immediately. Not even no time for like, hey, how's it going? What's up? How's it been? Did you watch the game last night? Weird that there are all these monsters running around town. No, it's like, hey, it's you. Hey, you remember we were up for a promotion and then you quit the police force because you said you wanted to save the world. Well, have you saved it yet?
Yeah, how's it going, asshole? What have you done with your life? You've had like 5 months. Produce.
I mean, and I would like to offer in his defense that like the world is very obviously still here. So like he doesn't know. He doesn't know if it's been saved or not. This rock keeps away tigers.
I'd like to buy your rock.
It just makes him real cross. And that's how he spends the rest of this episode, just being real cross and snippy.
Yep. Snipey, even.
Ooh.
Even.
Heyo.
We throw to Tsukuba, who is just like at a park somewhere, looking at his 400,000-pound laptop. Boy, oh boy, I remember when laptops were like this, and it made me actually hug my MacBook Air. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that you are not the width of an entire set of encyclopedias, MacBook Air. You're wonderful.
It's got to be rugged for all that travel.
You know what? That's a real good point, Corey. What's his beef?
His rival blog is putting out another book, and it's going to be on a radio show doing an interview.
Oh, what a dick.
That guy. Fuck that guy for being a good writer. Yeah, and he has a little flight of fancy. He's imagining, well, what if it was me on this blog? What if it was me on the radio? What if it was my face on all of these books?
Meanwhile, Uva's all like, aha, someone who wants something, finally.
I've been looking around
in all
for
the
a minute.
city, yes.
I found it. I found today's greedy person.
They might as well just set up shop like right outside of the Couscousier and just wait for somebody to walk in.
Do you guys want to like come in and have something to eat? No. We're just waiting for our lift. We've got very important things to do.
Hey guys, do you have a job? We got like another storage room.
God.
No. Hey, do you have any aunts or uncles visiting or any random passersby who want things in life?
I think it's like real awkward when they're both living in storage rooms and they bump into each other.
Dun, 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 dun. The greed couple.
Exactly.
Oh God. All right. So Sebulba is he's whining and he's grousing and he's like, why doesn't anybody think that I write good? I write real good. And Uva appears in human form and says like, hey, how would you like to be famous? How do you think that's going to happen? And Tsukuba's like, well, I guess if I wrote real good
And was on the radio.
if I wrote as good as that guy, I'd probably be great. And then ziz, Uva disappears.
You don't even see him disappear. He's like, you see Scuba like talking and he doesn't even finish his sentence. He looks up and Uva's gone.
Poof. The very definition of disappearing.
Fine.
It's so weird how he disappeared. It's like he just
vanished.
If only there was a word for it. He puts a coin in his head and creates a yummy. But what kind of yummy is this going to be?
Very normal looking.
Very normal.
Just
standard issue yummy.
crawling,
so
covered
far.
in bandages.
Yep,
Yeah.
Yep, just your standard yummy. We now go to a waterside fancy cafe where famous author and his agent are having a conversation. And the agent says something like, hey, I know this is surprising, but we need you to write another book.
What? Me, the famous writer? Write a book? The devil, you say.
This is also how it works. All of this is exactly how it works. You don't ever have to, when you become famous enough, they're not even like, we need to hear some ideas. They're just like, hey, write another book. But before they can celebrate, the yummy appears.
And then Soul sucks the life out of him.
Yep. Well, not the life. I mean, he appears to be mobile afterwards.
Yeah.
Soul sucks the talent and ability out of him.
That.
All of his TNA is gone. And before that, the yummy turns into a big, terrifying butterfly, the swallowtail butterfly, the titular swallowtail butterfly of the title.
It's a very mothy looking butterfly, if you ask me.
Hey, Adam, how mothy looking is this butterfly?
On a scale from 1 to 10, I would say 7.
You could just defeat it with a big light bulb then. Like you wouldn't even need somebody just needs to have a real good idea and you'd be all set.
He should have used his lion head. It's all bright. Like a light bulb.
At this point, there's enough yummy action going on in the world for Onk's yummy sense to tingle and him to release a hot can to go get AG to take him to wherever the yummy is, like the hot can would know.
Or possibly just to realize, hey, I haven't been in this episode yet. I'm contractually obligated to be in all of these.
Hey everyone, it's me. It's Ankh, your old buddy. We see the author's talent kind of zizz across the sky as like little shafts of golden light, which is how writing talent manifests itself. That's why I always look like a character in an Oliver Stone movie. I'm just sort of weirdly glowing from within, and it zizzes into Tsukuba, and then he's like, I feel like I can write real good now. And then leans forward with a real concentrated look on his face and types real hard. And remember, everybody, that's what good writing looks like. You can't just be chill. You can't just be drinking a frosty beverage and lay like splayed out on the floor.
This is why my writing career hasn't gotten off the ground.
Have you tried leaning forward and looking intently?
I'm going to.
There you go.
I'm also going to see if I can get a bug man to steal somebody's talent and give it to me.
Some precious talent juice.
Feel like if only I was as good a writer as Josh Kagan. Whoa!
Oh no!
Dare to dream. Dare to dream.
Took a dark turn.
Wait, why is that dark?
For you.
He's just named you as his target.
Yeah.
Now the butterfly's coming.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I guess that's the butterfly effect. With Ashton Kutcher. Okay. Hey, good news. There's a fight. There's a fight. Common Writer.
Kind of a fight.
Shows up. He and Yummy, they go at it. It doesn't go real well because the Yummy flies away because it has wings.
Yep. And Goto shows up and is like, what the fuck, man? And he's just like, it flew away. Goto's like, you're the worst.
And also says flying should be against the rules, which is adorable. It's adorable. I love the idea that AG thinks that there's like a standardized book of like Common Writer v Yummy rules. Like somebody's going to come out and be like, "Fweep! I'm so okay. Technical foul. Get back here, Yummy. No flying."
You owe AG 10
like
cell medals as
yellow
penalty.
flags coming onto the field.
Everybody, they're looking at the TV, making very stern faces. We're in Kugami Town.
AG did such a bad job that Goto's like, AG did a bad job. And Kugami's all like, whoa, he let the Yummy escape. Oh boy.
You really care about AG. You must be best friends. He's like, I don't care about that jerk. I just think I'd be better than him.
You like him. Bring him some cans.
Yeah, take him this hand-wrapped can container. Oh, don't forget this one. Ha ha ha.
No, the third one's for Goto.
Yeah.
Goto gets to keep that one just
I don't
because
think
he's
so.
like feisty.
I feel like Kugami's like, oh shit, I took one out, but I don't want to give him a box that obviously has room for 3 cans with only 2 cans in it. I'd look like the fool.
Now I know you two have watched this through, but I want to make a little quiet prediction here, and it's pretty obvious at this point. Goto is going to get yummied, right? Like that has to happen.
I don't know.
Okay. That is I am putting that prediction now. It seems like every episode he's getting whinier and greedier about wanting to be Common Writer, and I feel like sooner or later he's going to have a coin in his head.
I legitimately don't remember.
We are coming up to the episodes that I've seen. I think 13 or 14 is my limit. And then from there, it's all a mystery.
Okay.
Ooh.
Wait a minute. You haven't watched this the whole way through?
Nope.
No, she stopped because we were doing the podcast.
Oh, God.
And I watched it like 4 or 5 years ago, and my retention is terrible.
Sure. Well, there's so much. There's so much in this world now to watch and see and listen to and eat.
Listen, I've watched like 20 different Common Writer series. You can't expect me to have like perfect recall.
Sorry, ladies. He's taken.
It's true. Also, to be fair, like my wife has watched Kamen Rider with me.
There is a pair of underpants for every doorknob. Corey, what happens next?
Well, since the famous author got suddenly sick or maybe busy before his radio interview,
Zizzed is the word you're looking for.
Tsukuma's there to, helpfully take over.
He's picking up the slack.
He's on the radio, and it's like the opening of fucking A Hard Day's Night. Like everybody's just like, stop what you're doing, stop. Hey, there's a travel blogger on the radio, and like they're doing it at, like on like the Today Show set, where there's like a big window, and the public's just like got their faces pressed up again, like, oh, what's he saying now? What's he saying now? And he's not very good at talking. We come to see. He says not very smart things, and this is important for what's coming up next, but I will just say he's saying very dumb things, but it doesn't seem to be affecting anything. People still seem to be hanging on his every word.
Especially people at the Couscousier, because Hina's like, hey, that guy's on the radio. And then the owner's like, hey, that guy's on the radio. And then Eiji's like, hey, my friend's on the radio. No, that is literally the scene, though.
Yeah, and then Goto's all like, I gotta deliver this stupid thing to this stupid person. And Maki's all like, hey, the ends justify the means.
It is really a conversation about just whiz-wang and bullshit. Like, it is just, it's like, hey, we built this set and we built this puppet for this guy's arm. So, I mean, they're conspiring about something, but we're not entirely sure what. I wasn't anyways. It sounds like none of us do.
Well, Maki's like encouraging Goto in his weird way, his weird apocalyptic way.
Yes.
Yeah, he's all like, Kogami doesn't believe in you, but I do.
You can trust me. I'm a man with a weird fucking puppet on his arm.
And I just showed up in a parking garage to have this conversation with you. Nothing weird about that.
I wasn't waiting around here for you.
I haven't been here for 45 minutes or anything.
Ever since I gave Kogami those new cans.
Which I would like to point out still not biological.
No. No, that's true. That's true. Still not biological. That is Dr. Maki's official title. The king of biology.
To be fair, actually,
I thought you were going to say still not biology.
Yeah, we didn't find out what those cans do, so I guess like they could extrude some sort of bioorganism. Ew.
True.
Gross.
Ew.
Yeah, just like some kind of like, I don't know, sludge.
Around these parts, we call that Monster Energy drink. There.
Wow.
Take that.
It's made with real Monster.
What the fuck? Oh, okay. Mysterious combo. We go back to Sakuba's complaining park, where he's it's he and his 5,000-pound laptop, and he's very excited about how well things are going for him. Except he's now only number 2 ranked on the Billboard chart of travel bloggers in Japan, or whatever the fuck.
Like 3 hours or so.
After 3 hours. That's a really good point. So he became magically an amazing writer, wrote obviously either one post that was so good, somebody on the radio was like, hot shit, that is one incredible travel blog. Are you kidding me? There are mountains and journeys in life. We got to get this dude on the radio. But he's mad. He's mad that he's only number 2 on these very important rankings because Itchy and Scratchy, or whoever the fuck, 2 guys who are also travel bloggers, they're number 1. And he's like, oh man, if I could talk good like them, I bet I could be even famouser.
He's lost his blog spot as the top blogger in Japan to a blog about a comedy duo, as far as I can tell. And they get a spot on live TV when he doesn't.
But I think they are also travel bloggers.
Yeah.
I think they're travel comedians. That famous profession.
Yeah. Like all the great travel comedians.
Duos.
I
guess Abbott and Costello did go all over the place.
Yeah, what about Hope and Crosby?
Literally Road right there. Road 2 in all of the titles. So they're...
Exactly.
Yeah. So I'm the jerk. Uva pops up again and is like, hello, how else would you like to be famous? And like we just said, he's like, well, I wish I could talk good. Okie doke, goodbye. Poof.
We go to a car with a driver and 2 people in the back that are having a very real conversation about what to eat later.
Just like the most boring, normal. Like they're just like, what do you want to? Like, we're gonna work hard, and then what should we have for you? Let's have some squid. Yeah, that sounds nice. They're just real chill. Like they seem very nice. Too bad about what happens.
It's too bad about what happens because the fucking Mothman prophecies lands on the front of their car. And there's a horrible car crash. Itchy and Scratchy try and run away. But the Mothman prophecies sucks all of the talking good talent out of his face and sends it into the sky like it was Mike TV on WonkaVision.
Yep. And AG, who is sunning his underpants, looks up and sees it go by.
That looks like someone's talking talent.
And meanwhile, Tsukuba is at this big Shakespearean arena. And he's apparently been going to be part of the presentation anyway. And then overhears, I don't know, somebody's manager or something being like, a car crash, which is funny because the car crash has just happened and the monster is still attacking people.
Yes.
But he's just like, oh, there's been a car crash. And he's like, a car crash, you say? Well, perhaps I could help. Now that I suddenly have moth-given talking talents.
Oh, you know what? He could enter the moth.
He has also started talking like a farmer for some reason. No one knows.
It's
Yes.
very true.
To be fair, if I were in a car crash that was caused by a giant mutant butterfly moth and I was like alive and okay, I would probably text somebody. I would probably try. I would very least go to Instagram Live.
Okay, so there were 3 people in that car, the driver and the 2 guys, none of whom seemed to be in a position to report the car accident. And strangely, only the car accident, not like, and also there's a moth chasing after my friend.
And the driver's dead.
So it's like a passerby who just happened to, like, this doesn't make a lick of sense.
Maybe there was a chase car. Maybe they had like a whole caravan going.
I don't know.
What if they had OnStar?
Oh, okay.
They push the
Maybe.
OnStar button real quick.
And it doesn't contact emergency services. It contacts like the guy who's in charge of their appearances.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's see.
I do just want to throw in real quick that once Tsukuba gets zizzed by the magic powers, he does say, and this is the exact line, somehow I feel like I can talk better. which I might say to myself as an affirmation every morning when I wake up.
That's how I feel after I have a few drinks.
Somehow I feel like I can talk better
so
too.
much better.
Cut to a refrigerator full of ice pops. Corey, what's going on?
Ankh is reaching into the fridge to retrieve an ice pops for him to eat. And Hina is all like, damn it, stop forcing all these ice pops into my brother.
She's just like, with her hand, no ice pop for you. And then she's like, I'm afraid that my brother's going to be a big jerk because you're in his body for so long.
That's the least of her brother's worries. Let us not forget that her brother was housed 92 ways to Sunday in the first episode. Like, I'd be more worried about your brother's like spine and septum and shit.
I assume they're healing slowly but surely.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't know.
You're right.
But like
It's-
everything's
look-
happening at the couscousier in about 30 seconds. So AG runs in. He's like, "There's a yummy. We gotta go." And Ank's like, "Don't tell me what to do." And he's like, "Do what he says, you jerk."
Oh, and grabs him by the ear, which is immensely satisfying.
Yep.
And then I think AG just runs off and I guess assumes Ank's gonna go with him.
Yep.
And then the owner is like, "Hey, Scuba's gonna be doing this talk and it's gonna happen soon. You want to go? Let's go." And Ank's like, I guess I'll go make some yummy money.
Yeah, he yells at AG like, "Don't careful those ride vendors. Like those are earn more metals than you use. It's expensive."
I'm not made of metals, damn it.
I mean, you're
I literally am, but still.
made of metal. The metals don't go on trees, young man. Why, when I was your age, and they all go to fucking Budokan or wherever the fuck to
3,000 years ago, we knew the value of a core metal. Anyway, sorry.
And during this economic discussion, I realized that AG is currently like working 2 jobs, and Kogami's not paying him.
He's paying
He's only
him in
getting his
cans
part-time
and
money from Couscous.
paying him in cans. Free merch. Exposure.
Is being
You know.
common writer technically a job? Like that seems more like a hobby. That
It
seems like a
depends
pastime.
on the common writer. but usually it's more like a calling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like being on call.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like being a
Sounds-
doctor.
It's a lot like being a doctor.
Sometimes it is being a doctor.
Sometimes it's exactly being a doctor.
Are there medical dramas that are common, like Dr. Kamen Rider?
Kamen Rider X-Aid is a doctor as well as a Kamen Rider, and also a video game genius.
I wouldn't call it a medical drama by any stretch.
Not the way you were thinking.
I definitely would not want to be that guy's brother. I feel like my mom would always be like, your brother, he's so talented. He's a doctor. He's a Kamen Rider. And what do you do? What do you do? Go find a moth to put some talent in your head so you can get out of my basement.
Mom, I'm trying to play Smash Ultimate Online. Leave me alone.
Your brother, when he comes by, there's always medals. You're scrounging around underneath ride vendor machines. You can't find anything. You don't have a job, let alone 2 jobs. Disappointment.
Oh my god.
Corey, what the fuck's happening next?
There's a camel on the road.
Camel
AG and
on the
Ankh are
road.
like riding up to where the Mothman or Tsukuba's TV interview, I'm not sure which, is going to be. And Gamel's just like, I need to kill you. And they're like, suck it. And then AG's all like, actually, I will fight him for a brief moment.
Yeah.
Because he knocked me off my bike.
Yeah.
Just long enough for AG to lose Missoula's core medals.
I had to rewind. I watched this like 3 times before I figured out what happened, which is
Great.
AG goes cheetah leg and runs around and spins Gamel around, so he's all confused, and then jumps and kicks him a bunch, and then it's really hard to like parse because it happens real quickly.
Gamel falls into Ankh.
Yeah, he kicks Gamel basically into Ankh, who for some dumbass reason is right behind him, and he knocks like 3 medals out of him, including 2 of Missoula's medals. So Gamel's like pretty happy.
I'm out.
And Ankh's like, get those medals back, and AG's like, no time. we gotta
Cheetah legs.
We throw back the second of the 2 talking guys is now also getting his talk good abilities is out of him by the Mothman prophecies. And then, you know what the situation needs? A bazooka.
Shotgun.
The bazooka.
I was going to start with a shotgun.
And, you know what? That's absolutely right. You take it away. I just wanted to say bazooka.
Bless you.
There is a bazooka.
Eventually.
Yes. But yes. They're on like a pedway, and Goto's just like walking up, shooting with a shotgun,
because that
nailing every hit.
Works so well in the past. I think when you have a shotgun and a bazooka, every problem looks like they're the solution to it.
Yes, when you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail.
Exactly.
And when you have a bazooka, everything looks like something that should be bazookaed.
And Maki's there doing doctor observations like he's supposed to, and the Mothman's there wrecking Goto.
Yeah.
Slicing up his clothing, punching him around, kicking him down the stairs.
Maki, none too busted up about this, by the way. He's really just like, well, that didn't work.
And you can tell that Goto's really badly hurt because he has a little bit of blood on his forehead, which is like the Kamen Rider equivalent of like a sucking chest wound.
And now Tsukuba is at the rehearsal for the travel variety live amphitheater show, I guess. And he says some more really nondescript things about like, oh, you know what's great about going to a new country is that you're in a new country and it's exciting. And the host is like, perfect, just like that. Just do that again.
That's what the people want to hear.
And Hina shows up is like, how did he get that accent?
Why is he talking like a hick?
I guess Osaka, in the translations it said Osaka.
Yes.
Let's try not to offend any part of Japan, but I guess is Osaka considered to be the hick part of Japan?
Well, yes. Yeah. There's a specific regional dialect that I suspect is probably extremely played up on TV, much like Southern accents are. But
sure.
Yeah, it's like the equivalent of like being, like a Texan accent or something would be.
Or a Newfie? Is that what it is for y'all?
Yeah. That would also be. Yeah, that would also be equivalent. It just means you're. I mean, here's the thing: is Osaka is a big city. Osaka is not small. It's just in a different part of the country, and it's not Tokyo. And they have a regional dialect that's a little different.
And if you don't have a Tokyo accent, you're a dum-dum in Japan.
Which is bullshit because Osaka Ben or Kansai Ben is delightful to listen to.
Yes.
We love you, Osaka. Big ups. This week's episode is brought to you by Osaka.
Anyway, then Hina notices a guy in green who's staring at Scuba a lot. And she's like, wait, I recognize you. You're that monster. I wouldn't forget a monster. And he's like, shit. Well, you done recognize me. Better turn into monster now. And everybody just screams and runs away.
As well they should. And I feel like I bring this up every week, but I just, for the record, I want to keep saying all it would take in the city of Los Angeles is one monster to show up. The entire city would be shut down. The state would probably be shut down. The National Guard would be brought. Like I don't know how y'all are doing it up there, but I feel like if a monster was running around where y'all are, somebody would be like, hey, we should really look into this. We should put a lot of work into this because I feel like there's a lot of monsters.
No, there's like Wendigo everywhere up here. It's just normal.
There's a fight. There's a fight.
Well, first Hina runs away from Uva and then stops for some reason. Like everybody else keeps going, and she's like, "Oh no, a small piece of stage that I've backed into. Well, that's it for me.
I'm done. I forgot how to run, everyone."
I mean, in her defense, she's also real strong, so maybe she feels like she can handle it. She doesn't look like she feels like she can handle it.
No, but you're absolutely right. She could probably run over to that guy and clean his clock.
She could probably smash him over the head with that piece of stage dressing.
She could. So many
Which
things
I would actually like to see.
I hope we get that opportunity. I want to see her mix it up and be a strong person.
Yeah.
And then take on Mr. Glass.
The Wizard of Speed and Time has now arrived at the Mothman fight.
It has.
But he's going too fast.
Oh no!
Sonic boom! Sonic boom! I can make references. So he has to stop himself with his claws.
Yeah.
And he kicks a lot of ass. Ankh suggests that he clip the butterfly's wings with the mantis claws, which he doesn't technically do, but he tries.
And I'm sort of like, how is that effectively any different than the claws he already has? But okay, I guess they're slightly longer. Also, he checks on Goto, and Goto's like, fuck off.
Yeah. He's trying to be nice to Goto, and Goto's not hearing it.
No.
So they fight and fight and fight. He tries to cut up his wings with his special claws things, and then Goto surveys the situation, carefully weighs all of his options, picks up a bazooka, and aims a bazooka in the general direction of literally everyone in the cast.
Yep.
It's delightful.
He's like, I realize there's a Kamen Rider here who's about to do his final attack, which would probably defeat it, but I have a bazooka and a chip on my shoulder.
Works every time.
All according to Keikaku.
And then there's a big explosion, and dun 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 dun. That's the episode. What's going to happen next week? They're probably all dead. Probably Kamen Rider's dead.
Probably.
It's going to be a weird 37 episodes.
I liked it. I liked this episode a lot. It made me really happy. I loved how dumb it was. I love how it ran with the premise that the thing that anybody wants to be is a travel blogger, the number one travel blogger in Japan, star of radio and amphitheater live shows. It made me really happy. What did you two think?
I would also like to be a star travel blogger in Japan.
Who wouldn't?
I mean, nice work if you can get it, clearly.
It's a sweet life.
You got a lineup of cute girls looking for your autograph, wearing various sexy stockings. It seems real cool.
Wait, did that happen?
It was a thing he imagined, and like in the line, the two girls like in line to see him had like, you know, fancy stockings on, and I was like, all right, that's an interesting detail.
I definitely appreciated that the yummy attacks of this episode had anything to do with the desires of the person who was, let's say, infected or had sourced the yummy. Like, explosion bomb man, let's give him water sharks. Eats a lot of food man, let's turn him into a giant cat. Like, this time it's pretty spot on. I mean, other than it being a butterfly.
Well,
but it's still targeting the objects of desire.
Other than everything about it.
I will say this. No. The title of the episode is Traveler swallowtail butterfly celebrity. So one could theorize that the butterfly is swallowing the author's tails and sending them to another author.
Boo.
This has been GREEDWATCH 2018. Oh, wait, that's not my job.
Boo.
Go ahead.
I don't want to.
All right. Thank you all for listening. I'm Coriander Dickinson. You can find me on Twitter at Absolar.
I'm Josh A. Kagan, and you can find me on Instagram at Josh A. Kagan.
I'm Adam Wasserman. You can find me on Twitter at GoldSarcasmium.
Farewell.